Hi friends, Show here. That sounded so cheesy, didn't it? Hello friends. I am an adult, I'm not a child, I promise you. Look, you got my wrinkles, right? God, there's quite a lot going on here. I've just started putting face cream on. Anyway, so the anticlimax of new things. You know when you build something up in your mind for so long? And it's like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing. Yeah, I want to do this thing, but I don't know if I should. I'm kind of scared. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And when you do it, and you're like, yeah, I've done it, then it's like there's this anticlimax. It's like, well, that wasn't as big of a deal as I made it out to be in my mind. The mind plays so many tricks on us. So many tricks on us. So I'm just going to explore this a little bit. So if you know what I mean by this, the mind playing tricks, and specifically the anticlimax of like, oh, something's really big, but actually no, it's not a big deal at all. That's what I'm trying to get to in this video. So follow along and listen along, and I'm gonna help pop some of the illusions of the mind that wants to big up stories, right? Because the mind is always there trying to create illusions for us. That's the purpose of the mind, to just abstract life, to make sense of life, but it's never actually in the moment. It's never actually here, because the mind can't be here, because here is here. And so if you are somebody who's struggled with making a big deal about things, then please follow along here. Not because I'm going to speak words that will give your mind something to now hold on to know that you could be solved of the mind making a big deal about things ever again in the future, because that's not how it works. Because the mind creates stories and things because of emotions underneath it, right? So if we're feeling something, and then there's like lots of thoughts that happen because we don't want to feel the thing, so then we make a big deal about it. Isn't it interesting? We make a big deal about things. We make a big deal about things sometimes. And why do they become a big deal? Because it usually means we have some sort of emotional thing going on under the surface. It's a big deal because we have a fear about something. We have a big deal because we are ashamed about something. It's a big deal because we are frightened, worried, embarrassed, sad about something. So then it becomes a big deal. Now, how do you let go of the big deal? Do we change the story? Do we delude ourselves with positive thinking and ignore what's actually going on in the body? No, we feel. We feel the emotion behind the big deal. It's become a big deal. The story's going on. I have to prep. I have to prepare. I have to just be perfect at this thing, whatever story you're creating or you have in your life. No, just start feeling. Just start feeling. Because when we learn to tune from the thought, it's like, as Ram Dass talks about, different frequencies, different channels we can tune into. At any point in time, you can be tuned into your thinking mind, or click, and you can tune into your feelings. What's happening with my feelings? Okay, I feel a bit of tension on the left-hand side of my stomach. Feel a little bit of sadness in the middle of my stomach. So you can tune in. It's not wrong or bad to feel emotions. It's life. It's like the most incredible thing you can do is feel stuff. Feel. Feel. Like, I lived my whole life, right, on computers, right? up until the recent years where I've gone on this hell of a healing journey. Like, I had my first computer when I was 5 years old, and I was sitting on that computer hours and hours and hours every day until my early 30s, maybe mid 30s. Right? I was so disconnected from my body. I didn't even know what a body really was. I conceptually knew what a body was, but I didn't feel my body. I didn't know my body. You know? When we see Aborigines or tribal leaders, or I don't know, when we see people living in the land, with the land, of the land, they're so connected. They're so connected. It's so awesome. Right? They don't have things that are big deals. They're just in the grace of life. They're just life. Oh, life's happening. Wonderful. Like, seriously though, it's like things become a big deal because we have ignored the feelings in the body, and we're just creating stories in our head. So how about we learn to flick the switch to the body and feel what's there? Now, quite often when we do that and we click the switch, feel the body, it's like it can be intense and difficult to feel what's there. But with practice, it becomes easier to feel the edges of what's there so that it transmutes and becomes lighter. Right? Feeling the edges of the emotions and breathing can be really uncomfortable sometimes. Feeling. You can see how much I feel, right? I'm in it. I'm in the feelings. It's something to do with my birth chart as well, and the time I was born, full moon, equinox, certain time of the, I don't really know, but like it imprints us with a certain way of seeing reality. And yeah, like, it's real. I am Pisces moon. The emotions are real. Like, it's an experience, but I used to suppress, push it down, ignore so much. So this is what you do. You learn to feel, guys. Learn to feel. Like, really feel. Because it's freaking awesome. Life just gets better. Right? Life gets more incredible the more we feel. And the more we feel, the more connected we are to life, to her, to our planet, to Gaia, to this place down here, this green thing, this green and blue ball of rock hurtling through space, because she has an energy connecting to us all the time. We are matter. This is all matter. This is part of her. It's like we're spirit borrowing her matter, her atoms, right? Her cells. Like, we're borrowing her. And then we've got this kind of like thinking consciousness thing that's somehow here. Like, we are her. And we only make things a big deal because we're not connected to the safety of her. So things become a big deal because we are deluding ourselves with stories about the future and the past. Then it becomes a big deal. And so all we're then looking for is a way in to start releasing our emotions. And once we realize we can start releasing our emotions and our energies, then we can become lighter. We can genuinely heal and move beyond the same patterning that we've been in for so long. So this is Healing 101. Feel. 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 Really, truly, this is the baby. This is the baby. Yeah. And get out in nature, please. Get out in nature, guys. Look at this. Look at this majestic green, gooey naughtiness that's behind me. It's so beautiful. I spent my years living in cities. I know how grey and dull London can be in the winter. And even London has like one of the most park spaces to urban concrete spaces in any city around the world. It's a very green city. And yet, at the same time, oh God, it's like a drain on our energy, cities like that. And so if we're making it a big deal, it's because we're not feeling our body, guys and girls, moms and dads, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. We're not feeling our body. Once we start feeling our body, the big deal that we create in our mind will dissolve, because we can now connect to the emotions behind the big deal. So learn to feel what's there. Learn to feel what's there. And what does it mean to feel what's there? Well, that's a process, it's a journey. How do we feel? And there's many ways we go about that. Right? Unlocking the stories of our mind. Doing practice breathing. Right? And getting out in nature to be more at one and cohesive and relaxed, so the mind isn't constantly blah, 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 blah. The list can go on. There's many ways, but the point is to do it. So that's my blast that I want to share with you today. Guys, feel the body. If you're making a big deal about things, overwhelming yourself, stop. Feel. Aho. Alright, sending my love from Bali. I hope there's another video here or here that maybe you can enjoy. Much love, ciao.